So we're back in our Excel file that we had started working on before. A couple other quick shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts that might help you out. If I have an Excel workbook that's not fully maximized to the window like I have here, but I want to maximize it, I can hold down the Control key and hit F10, function 10. So Control F10, it maximizes it. If I want to minimize it, I can do Control F9 and it goes away, right? So I'm going to come back up to here. The other nice thing that we want to do is if we want to add in a new worksheet, I clicked over to addressing for this worksheet. I can do Control F11. That actually opens up a new macro worksheet, which is not what I want, so I'm going to just delete that. And if I do Shift F11, that opens up just a regular worksheet. Notice it put it in front of the worksheet that I currently had active, and it called it Sheet 1. So now I have a brand new worksheet that I can start working in. So actually I'm going to go ahead and use this empty worksheet that we just did. So now we want to get to creating and using formulas and using functions. So functions and formulas are two different things in Excel. They're very, very similar, but they are different. Functions are the things that are already pre-written within Excel that you can insert because they're in the background. They're already written for us. Formulas are things that you put in yourself, right? So to insert a function, you can come up to this little F of X button and notice that when I mouse over top of it, the tooltip says Insert Function. And then the Insert Function dialog box pops up, and then you can type in what you're looking for. And here are some of the recent ones I've used, it looks like, or that I may have used some, so most recently used, so VLOOKUP, search, replace, that kind of stuff. So we can look up functions that way, right? So if I wanted to know maximum, right, I get max, returns the largest number, max ifs, max a, quartiles, excluding, including. You can always, if I'm on max, you can always click on help function. That opens up a browser window to go to Microsoft's support page telling you what it is. There's usually syntax, there's remarks, there's usually an example. So that's always helpful if I'm looking for help on a particular function. All right. So if I double click on max, notice that in A1, that's the cell that I had selected, it puts equal max, and then it wants the numbers, right? So 58, 26, 48, right? Every time I hit tab, it's adding other numbers, right? So click OK, right? So that's kind of boring because I entered in the numbers myself. We'd probably really point that to a cell range that contained a bunch of numbers to see what the maximum was. Right? So that is how to insert a function using the insert function capability. You can also, if you know the name of the function, you can just simply type equal and do whatever, right? Average of these guys, right? What's it going to return? Well, it's going to say can't divide by 0 because there's nothing in these, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So the average of 3, 4, 5, and 6 is 4.5. Now, one useful thing, in order to see all the formulas and functions in a worksheet, you can hit Control tilde, that's the grave accent up close to underneath your escape key up in the upper left-hand corner. And that shows me all the functions and formulas that are in here. Now, if you're in this and you start typing stuff like sum of 2, 4, 5, 7, right? And it doesn't do anything, well, that's because I'm not in edit mode, right? I'm displaying it. So if I hit Control tilde again, it goes back into where it actually evaluates the function for me. Alright, so that's a very brief introduction to being able to insert functions using the insert function or typing it in for yourself.